Good morning and happy Thanksgiving. It's the day of the feast. Now, to get started this morning, you'll notice that we didn't do any mashed potato preparation. That's because there's a secret behind mashed potatoes. I'm going to show you. But right now, what I have on my stove in my stock pot, boiling away, is my potatoes that have been peeled and sectioned. I usually just do like fourths or eighths, something like that. Bigger chunks because you really don't have to break them down too much. We've got all day long. Now what we're going to do is we're going to assemble our sweet potatoes and get them foiled up so that they're ready to go in the oven when we're ready for them to. Okay, so you remember that we boiled our sweet potatoes ahead of time because we're so smart. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take our sweet potatoes and we're just going to go ahead and give them a quick peel. All right? I'm going to make one swipe with my knife and then the rest of it is going to be soft enough that I can pretty much take it off with my fingers. Yep, that's simple. Now you remember we also made our homemade applesauce ahead of time, which I have out, and we just need half of a bag of the cherry flavored cranberries, or if you splurge and you want to use real cherries, then I'm going to say about 2.5 to 3 ounces, okay, of those. And then our caramelized pecans that we did ahead of time as well. Okay, that's simple. It's done. Now all we have to do is cut it in sections. What I like to do is take and cut them in half the long way and then cut them into thirds. And that's for a sweet potato the size that I showed you, so that we end up with something about this size. You see it? Okay. Put it in our little baking dish, and I'm only doing a couple of them just because of the sake of the show, but what I like to estimate is about a half of a sweet potato, a half of a half, okay, so a quarter of a sweet potato per person. People love sweet potatoes, but they're not going to eat a huge amount of them. You can bake, maybe a few extra just to have on hand for leftovers, or if your family really loves sweet potatoes, go ahead and do that. But now what we're going to do is we're going to take our homemade applesauce, and I'll hold one of these up so you can see it. And we are going to put it right on top of our sweet potato. Like, I've got to pick it up here, like so. Can you see that? Great. Do all of them. Super simple. Like I told you, you are in great shape if you did all this prep work. And this is going to be a fabulous day and a fabulous dinner. I'm so excited. And I hope your nerves aren't going crazy on you because you are so well prepared you don't even know. This is going to go so fast and so simple that it'll probably be the most relaxing dinner you've ever hosted. Okay, we're almost there. I'll have a couple more to go. And just pile that applesauce right on top. And I like these because they're sweet, but they're not too sweet. You know what I mean? You get the candied ones and they get to be like a sugar overload. Okay, those are ready. That simple. Now we're going to take our dried cherries or cranberry cherry flavored and sprinkle on top. Just a few on each one. Not a big deal. And you might want to roll off to stick them right inside that applesauce. Super simple. Oh man, these look so good. We're almost there. And really, it takes this much time. And one of your side dishes is completely done. Oh man. Gorgeous. All right. A couple more over here. Just balance them out so that each one gets about the same amount. Then you take your caramelized pecans that we made ahead of time and sprinkle those on top. Oh yeah, I can smell that apple pie spice. So I was telling you about the Spice Chicks blend with the cardamom. Oh, smells so good. Just keep going with those. Now, you can add mini marshmallows. Some people just can't give them up. They want the candied effect. And these will candy just fine. They will, if you want to add the mini marshmallows. I'm going to go ahead and put those on, just for those of you that want them. If you don't really want them, don't add them. You don't need them. This dish is going to be plenty sweet enough with the applesauce and everything else we have going on here that you really don't need them. But if you want them, go ahead and add them. This is your day. You can do whatever you want. Okay, so for those of you that do want the marshmallows, I'm just going to grab like a cup and a half. We don't need many, okay? And sprinkle them on top. Like I said, this is a, you know, if you want them, do it. If you don't, don't. Okay, done. All you have to do now is cover this with foil. Now, I live in Michigan, so it's cold outside, and I can actually put the dish out on my deck or in my garage, and it's just fine. If you're gonna put it in your refrigerator, even if you're putting it outside, it may be snowing, it may be that cold. Don't forget that not all baking dishes are created equally. And this one is a pretty one, but I'm gonna guarantee you it probably can't handle going from ice cold to hot instantly. So you're gonna wanna pull those dishes out and let them come up to room temperature for an hour or two so that you don't fracture a dish. I've actually done it, thinking that something could handle it, and it couldn't handle it, and what a hot mess that was. You don't want that to happen to you today. So just wrap this in foil, put it in the cool place, and we're gonna move on to our next side dish. I'll be right back with you.